All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to do a quick little market update video today because I think we're in a pretty interesting spot and I do want to give some insight onto what I've seen. So, the first thing I'm going to look at today is Ondo, and I just want to take a quick look at this one because if we look at what happened, guys, so we had a range, right? Pretty clean range. Nice breakdown. We just flipped these previous highs and we broke down from this range and bounced off this level over here. Now we failed to get back inside the range and then eventually we tried, right? We got back to here, but we couldn't flip this level, so we traded back down. However, now that we've began to hold these lows, this is not a bad look, right? Like this actually does not look bad. So what I would look for now is to reclaim this range and then run the top of it. And I actually think this is quite realistic, but you do need to see if we can get back above this level. If we just do something where we kind of chop around and nuke, that's a lot worse of a look. So you got to be patient on this, but sitting over here is not a bad spot. It is a bit deeper than I would have liked though. Something like this looks fine, guys. Like, again, so this is INJ. Let's look at what happened. Again, it's a very, very similar story. We have a big range, right? Range high. And then over here, we can see we broke down from the range. Again, we tried to get back inside, tried to flip this $28 mark to support, and we can't. So eventually we broke down and we swept these lows down here. Now compared to Ondo, this one has a lot more strength. But again, we just simply flipped. I mean, they made this a bit messy, if I'm being honest, but we just kind of flipped these highs back to support. So this looks pretty good. Again, what do you want to see? You want to see this trade above and reaccept inside of this range. But again, too early to tell as this could make a lower high, right? We could just be making a lower high here and then we just go lower like that. But too early to tell, so I would wait on that. Solana, this one looks very good. I may hate it, and I do hate it, but it looks quite good. So again, we tagged, so we knew that we'd come back to 165, and this is where I had most of my spot buys, because this was a huge key retest area. And if you guys look at this, I'm gonna get rid of this stupid weekend Saturday thing. This was our previous range, right? And when we broke down from it, you can see we tried to flip it to support again. When we went through it the first time, we never gave a retest. We just went straight through it. So leaving bids in this region was a very, very obvious play because this was our key monthly level, right? If we zoom out to like an 8-hour chart, we can see this level is very, very significant, right? Huge, huge order block. And that's where the price is being capped in the past, right? Right around this region was where the price was capped. Now we flip this region to support. We filled the gap left behind, and this is probably going to chat along much higher. Unfortunately, I hate this coin, but it does look quite good. Not going to fade it. Yeah, near. Not the best look. I mean, listen, we did hold the block that we talked about. This is the one we plotted on stream. We did get this move that we plotted out from last week, so that is pretty nice. But again, this did go pretty deep, so we wicked into this region down here, which would kind of be this whole block over there. For us to be trading here is not a bad look, but again, where do we have to trade above? We're gonna need to trade above that region over there. So that's the big test is can we flip this or are we gonna break down and go back towards the lows? That's what I'd be watching. But again, it's too late here to really take any positions. Ordi, this looks fine, right? I mean, again, we swept really deep, but we held the range, right? At the end of the day, this is just a range. We have reaccepted back inside the range. This would have been your buy at the range low. Sitting up here, not much you can do. Again, you either have to wait for this reclaim or you just kind of sit. No trade that I can see. This looks terrible. Don't touch Fed. Fed looks like crap. You're just sitting at the bottom. You got to pump because Bitcoin pumped, but this is going down to here. 77 cents is a magnet for sure. Doge, this looks pretty good. This does look pretty good. You swept into this block, right? But it did not break down. This whole order block held as support. You are now back above the range. So again, you want to see this flip to support and then a move up higher. That's what I'd be looking for there. AAVE looks excellent. So what happened? We came back towards the mid-range, right, which we drew out yesterday. That would be this whole region here. And we can see that this region is significant because it was giga support throughout the rest of the run, right? So when we came back, again, we just went straight through it with no retest. So leaving bids in this region ended up being very profitable, and we simply just rode this back up to the range high, right? Why is the price being capped here? Because this is the range high. So nothing here really surprises me. The only thing I didn't really draw on this was the range low, but like, I mean, this one's kind of self-explanatory where it is. So I don't really see a point, but I will do it for you guys. It would be this region over here on the flip of that high to support. And this is the point of breakdown, right? Psi doesn't look bad, but again, you're being capped by the range. So either you get above here, right? Or you reject and move lower. Again, a lot of these are very much wait and see areas. There's not really much you can do. Same thing with this, and this actually doesn't look terrible. You held these lows, you held these lows. Now what you'd want to see again is a break of structure. You need to take out this high or this is going to zero. Because again, every single past pump has been basically bought down immediately. You need a break of this high here to change the structure of this coin and then begin to have some semblance of hope to go higher, basically, because the way it is now, it looks like it's gonna die. Bitcoin looks good. This looks good. Our mid-range was 64K. Talked about it very briefly. I did say I want 6.1, but because ETH went so deep at 30, sorry, yeah, ETH went so deep on the dump to 64K that it only made sense that we had to buy here. So where did we stop? This flip of this high, right? So this was our resistance, and now we have flipped it to support. Not surprising. I do think we take out this high, and I do think we make a run for 72K. Looking at these charts, it's probably the most likely outcome. I think this probably goes to all-time high. I really do. Would not surprise me at all. You can't long here. You really can't. I would long above this region, so long the flip of that, but I would not long into it. It's just too aggressive. But yeah, I do think we are headed for all-time high again. I hate this market. It sucks, but yeah, this looks good to me. Nice flip. And with ETH, yeah, this coin sucks, but yeah, we're back above this daily region here, back inside the range. This doesn't look bad. You'd want to see this region hold and then make a run back up to here. If you're able to get above this level here, you'll probably be able to make a move to 3,700. But this will depend largely on Bitcoin. And the reason why I thought Bitcoin had to bottom out around around 64K was because this thing couldn't go any lower. Like I was saying this last night, and people ask me why I held this trade for so long. Like I know Danda was asking about that. It's because this region is such a strong monthly level. I'm just not going to sell at support. Yes, the original trade, the stop was here, 3,100. To take on this extra $30 of risk, I don't mind doing in this one case because of just how aggressive a move down this was, plus all the ETF stuff. And again, if this level doesn't hold, you just cut the trade. You don't have a choice. But for me, I had no problem just buying this because, again, I will go out buying dips. Why is this a strong monthly level? Because any close below here and you have reaccepted into the previous range. So if I draw this all the way across, you guys are going to see that this is actually below the range low. So if you go back to here, all that you're basically doing is you're gonna get capped by this. So I'll show you what this looks like. If you lose that region that I marked with the line, so I'll delete this, delete that. If we lose that and we draw this across, right, we would be trading below support. And you guys can see this level is actually a significant support resistance region from the past. So that's why I decided to bid so much, because if Bitcoin went to 61K, how low could this have gone? Would it have bounced from here? Question mark. I don't know, but I wouldn't have wanted to buy it here. It's just too low. If it gives you this retest, it's just too deep for me. So I had no problem buying this around these prices, and I did buy Bitcoin around 64, like I said in the chat, because that just makes sense. So that pretty much wipes out the market update here. We can look at SPY very quickly, but there really isn't much going on, if I'm being honest. This just looks pretty mindless, so I'll put on no gaps again. Take a look at this. And yeah, I mean, this just looks pretty mindless. If you get above here, it's a good look, but pretty much probably chop. But again, above here, you'll make a move back towards the highs. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let's wrap this one up, and I will catch you in the next one.